like that I'm from Venezuela. I don't know if you give it an accent. And I like that she was like, let's do the slow clap so he can understand it. Maybe. Let's do the slow clap for the Venezuela. Maybe if we slow clap, he will understand. It is a clap, okay? Or you good? Okay. I'm from Venezuela. I know there's a migrant crisis about Venezuela, but that crisis did something good for me. Because before, when I talk to people and they're like, oh, where are you from? And I was like, oh, I'm from Venezuela. They're like, oh, Minnesota? No, Venezuela. But now, when someone's like, hey, where are you from? I'm Venezuela. They're like, I know who you are. I know you. I'm like, okay, thank you, migrant crisis. Nice, okay. Uh, you might hear that I have an accent. I know I have an accent. I know my pronunciation is not perfect. Actually, I have one problem with one word, and maybe you can help me to know how to pronounce it. How do you pronounce Worcestershire sauce? Don't laugh. I need answers. Okay, how? I need to learn English. How do you pronounce it? Worcestershire? I believe that's wrong. Okay, for you. Okay, but how do you pronounce it? Worcestershire? Okay, wrong. I'll do. Why people don't want to help me? No. But you know English. How do you pronounce it? I don't know. It's not the answer. Worcestershire. Okay. This confusion would you have with the Worcestershire sauce? That I believe is a nice pronunciation of that fucking word. It's me basically with all English. It's me with the rest of the world. You know how we call Worcestershire sauce in Latin America? We call it salsa inglesa, which means English sauce. We fucking solve a problem. They try to sell that shit to us and we're like, we're not gonna say that. We're gonna change the fucking name, okay? And that's why we have like the Worcestershire sauce, like salsa inglesa, okay? But yeah, learning English has been difficult for me. Learning English in America is tough. I realized that learning English here, that Americans are lazy as fuck. That's what I realized. You don't want to speak your own language. You have just way too many acronyms. You know what an acronym is? No. Yeah? I asked because I had a show with Mexicans, and I was like, you know what an acronym is? And they were like, no. I'm like, I'll skip this joke. I'm not gonna explain this shit right now. But you have too many. You have like FYI, ASAP, MILF. You know what a MILF is, sir? Can you explain to the rest of the crowd what a MILF is? Mother, I like to fuck. Beautiful sentence. Why would you make that an acronym? Okay. Why? Why would you make that an acronym? And learning English. When you learn English here, they are not just like, yeah, you're still, yeah, that's it. Okay. When you're learning English, they don't teach you English like, hey, this is English. But if you're gonna talk with someone from the United States, they're gonna give you letters, and you have to find out what the fuck that is. So imagine Michael, I love this guy. So imagine maybe he's Venezuelan. Are you Venezuelan? So imagine my confusion the first time I was with my friend in a party, and he was like, hey man, BRB. And he left. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Where are you going? Hey, where are you going? And I wasn't expecting letters. So what I heard was, hey man, B, the black and yellow insects, are bees. And I was like, what is the problem with the bees? Like, what is, he just recite poetry and left? Like, what is happening here? Then he came back and he was like, dude, be right back. And I felt so bad and so humiliated that I wanted revenge. And what I'm doing now is every time I'm with him, I just say random Spanish words and I leave. Now I'm with him, I'm like, dude, gato es biblioteca. And, and he's so confused and I'm happy. That's how it works. Like I'm fucking happy about it. But yeah, I know this. I know I have an accent. What do you think about my accent?
Sexy.
Sexy. You think it's sexy? You think it's cute?
Yeah.
Should we kiss right now? Okay, that was on me. That was too much. I got carried. Okay. I think it's sexy. I think it's nice. A nice accent. But this accent has get me into troubles. And you may ask, how this sexy Latino accent put this guy into trouble? And I used to sell pastries, sweet pastries in a restaurant. I know some of you are like, what the fuck is pastry? Like, I know! I know. But I used to sell the motherfucking sweet pastries. In a restaurant, okay? And every time I had a time to go to the front and try to sell them, I went to try to sell them. I had this customer, and she was like, I want one, I sold her one, she went to her table, she ate it, and she came back. And she was like, that was amazing, I will have another one. So I sold her another one. She went to her table, she ate it, and she came back. She was like, that is, I shouldn't do this. Like, that was delicious, I shouldn't do this. It was a white woman, if you shouldn't do it. But I on my ship day, so I'm gonna have another one. And I wanted to feel a little like American, and I wanted to tell her something like, you say when someone likes sweets. I wanted to tell her, oh, you have a sweet tooth. But in my logic, if you like sweets, it won't be just one tooth. It will be like all of them. So I say to her,
Sweetie!
I said to her, oh, I can see you have sweet teeth. And I spent the rest of my day in HR trying to explain what the fuck happened. I mean, she had sweet teeth, but I shouldn't have said it. It's okay, I'm killing this woman. Okay. But I mean, the guy who invented language, he's an asshole. Like, he's an asshole. The word mumble is the word that you can mumble the fucking most of all language. Like, one guy was like, oh, how are we gonna call this speech impediment that makes you repeat involuntary one syllable, and most of it, if it starts with T. And what was it? Let's call it stutter. Let's call it stutter. So people that have it cannot fucking say they have one. Have you tried to make someone with a stutter say what they have? It's like bullying the guy. It's like, oh, what do you have? Like, okay. And this is, for me, this is the worst. There's a word that is hippopotomonstros esquipedaliophobia. That is the phobia to long words. Who the fuck did that? Who was the piece of shit that did that? Imagine you have that condition and you're like with the doctor and it's like, any phobias I should be aware of? And you're like, yeah, happy pop. And the doctor's just like, stutters and mumbles. Or he's Venezuelan, we don't know. But I am a nice guy. Actually, recently, I'm so nice that a lot of women told me that they don't see me as a threat. They see me as a nice guy who's not gonna cross any boundaries. And that's super nice, right? That's nice, right? Not always. Because I was walking with this woman, okay? And she was telling me she just took a self-defense class. And she was telling me about the techniques that she learned. And at some point in the conversation, she said, oh, and I learned this new move. So if a real guy attacks me, and I was like, what do you mean by a real guy? I was like, should I fight this bitch? Like, what the fuck? Like, should I punch her? I wanted to punch her in the face. I was like, I'm gonna end feminism right now. And you know what I did? I drove her to the airport so she can meet her boyfriend, because that's what nice guys do. Talk on that.